Let's compare it to the size of my head. Andre the...
Princess.
That's Andre the Giant!
Everyone is fascinated with anything that is big and tall, especially when it is a human. If you're curious and want to see some real tall people, join us as we look at 20 real-life human giants that still exist today. 20. Uljana Semjonova. Uljana Semjonova is a retired Latvian basketball player of Russian descent who competed for the Soviet Union. Standing at 7 feet, Semjonova was the leading women's basketball player in the world in the 1970s and 1980s. Wearing a men's size 21 shoe, she was known for having the largest feet ever in women's basketball. Uljana was put on a pedestal by her people because she was the best female basketball player in the world. As early as 16 years old, she was already the queen of her nation, and wherever she went, she was always adulated. 19. Gheorghe. Gheorghe is a Turkish advocate, researcher, and web developer. Guinness World Records has verified her as the tallest living woman. She also has the titles of largest hands, longest fingers, and longest back for a female, and she was previously named Guinness World Records tallest living female teenager. Gheorghe currently lives in Turkey. Weaver syndrome, an uncommon disorder characterized by rapid growth and other anomalies, it affects men 3 times as much as women. Because of her disability, she normally utilizes a wheelchair to go around, but she can walk for brief periods of time with a walker. Gheorghe took her maiden flight in an airplane on September 28, 2022. Turkish Airlines had to lay a stretcher on 6 chair rows on one of their jets to make her flight from Turkey to California. The occurrence attracted media attention and was featured in the Guinness World Records documentary Rumesa, Walking Tall. 18. Paul Sturgis. Paul Sturgis, a British former professional basketball player, was officially measured by Guinness World Records in November 2011 at 7 feet 7 inches and 325 pounds. Sturgis was the tallest college basketball player in the USA. Sturgis wears size 19 shoes. He was Britain's second tallest man until Neil Fingleton died unexpectedly. Examinations as a teenager proved that his growth was healthy, not caused by a medical problem, and that he possessed familial tall stature. His biological father stands 6 feet 10 inches, and there are additional tall members in his family, while his mother is 5 feet 5 inches and his younger sister is 5 feet 6 inches. He appeared in Britain's Tallest Teens when he was 19 years old and attended the Florida Institute of Technology. 17. Yao Ming. Yao Ming was larger than life, and on opposite sides of the world, the man who stretched 7.5 feet into space changed the face of basketball forever. Yao Ming delivered his speech upon being enshrined to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2016. Yao appeared on 8 All-Star teams, averaging 19 points and 9 rebounds per game. He also won 3 gold medals and 3 MVPs at the FIBA Asia Championships. 16. Taco Fall. El Hadji Taco. Serain Diop Fall is a Senegalese professional basketball player who represents the Nanjing Monkey Kings in the Chinese Basketball Association. He came to the United States at the age of 16 and eventually played college basketball at the University of Central Florida. Fall was undrafted in the 2019 NBA draft, although he later signed with the Boston Celtics. Fall stood 7 feet 6 inches tall, making him one of the tallest NBA players and living humans. At the 2019 NBA Draft Combine, his measurements set all-time NBA records for tallest height in shoes at 7 feet 7 inches, longest wingspan at 8 feet 2¼ inches, and highest standing reach at 10 feet 2½ inches. 15. Gheorghe Menn. Gheorghe Menn is ridiculously huge. Menn, best known as the Washington Bullets' towering center, stands 7 feet 7 inches tall, making him the tallest NBA player ever. In 1995 to 1996, he averaged over 15 points per game and led the league in field goal percentage. He is one of the few who can say they faced shock and came out somewhat undamaged. At the zenith of his fame, he even had a stint in Hollywood, when his outsized stature and earth-shaking baritone got him cast as the eponymous star in My Giant with Billy Crystal, and even won him a cameo in the Eminem video My Name Is as the ventriloquist, with Marshall Mathers as his dummy. But before he got to the major leagues, he was simply a tall, badass kid from rural Romania seeking an excuse to play basketball. 14. Paul Donald White Big Show. Paul Donald White II is an American professional wrestler and actor. He is an in-ring performer for All Elite Wrestling and serves as a commentator for the company's web television show. He is best known for his time with World Championship Wrestling as The Giant from 1995 to 1999. and his time with the World Wrestling Federation from 1999 to 2021 under the ring moniker Big Show. White was born on February 8, 1972. He was 7 feet 1 inches tall when he joined the Wichita State University basketball team in 1991, when he was 19 years old. In the early 1990s, he had successful surgery on his pituitary gland, which stopped the growth. White has been compared to Andre the Giant throughout his career since he suffers from acromegaly and has a comparable general body structure. 13. Sultan Kyne. In 2009, Sultan Kyne became the first man over 8 feet to be measured by Guinness World Records after more than 20 years. In fact, Guinness World Records only knows of 10 confirmed or reliable cases in history reaching 8 feet or more. His height didn't prevent him from kneeling down to make some delicious food for the family. Sultan's unusual growth and massive height are the result of a condition known as pituitary gigantism, which is caused by an excess of growth hormone. His parents and 4 siblings are all average size, as are the rest of his family. Sultan was unable to finish school due to his extreme size and instead began working as a farmer to support his family. He previously stated that one of the benefits of his height is that he can assist his mother with tasks such as changing a broken light bulb and hanging curtains. Concerning the disadvantages of his height, he complained about not being able to find clothes or shoes that fit and having a difficult time fitting into a standard-sized car. Sultan was signed as a teenager by the Galatasaray basketball team, but he was too tall to play. The Giant's life did change in the years that followed, thanks to the attention his record-breaking stature received. In August 2010, revolutionary gamma knife surgery on Sultan's pituitary gland tumor, provided by the University of Virginia, USA, finally halted his production of growth hormone and prevented him from growing any taller. Then, in October 2013, he finally realized his dream of marrying. Sultan Kyne's name is now known all over the world and is well known for his extraordinary height. Sultan has been invited to appear in several Hollywood films since receiving the critical medical treatment he required to stop his growth. 12. Shaquil ONeal. Shaquil ONeal, also known as Shaq, is an American former professional basketball player who now works as a sports analyst on the television show Inside the NBA. He is a 7 foot 1 inch, 325-pound center who has won 4 NBA championships and played for 6 different teams over his 19-year career. ONeal is regarded as one of the best basketball players and centers of all time. ONeal was outspoken in the media, frequently criticizing former Laker colleague Kobe Bryant. When questioned about Bryant in the summer of 2005, he replied, "I'm sorry, who?" Currently, ONeal produces electronic dance music and tours the world as DJ Diesel. The 3-minute song was created in reaction to Ball's declaration that he and his younger son Lamelo could beat ONeal and his son Sharif in a basketball contest. In our thumbnail, we can see what looks like the tallest and biggest man that ever existed, but something tells me he isn't real. Why don't you let us know what you think in the comments below? 11. Sulaiman Abdul Samed. The title of tallest man in the world has changed hands. Sulaiman Abdul Samed of Ghana now holds the title due to his unusual medical condition. His height has surpassed the Guinness World Record held by Sultan Kyne of Turkey, who stood 8 feet and 2.8 inches. On a recent visit, the nurses informed him that he stood 9 feet and 6 inches tall. The illness can be treated if found early, but individuals may still experience side effects such as mobility issues, sleep apnea, and an enlarged heart. Samed has had to make monthly hospital trips so that physicians can find solutions to help him live comfortably with his illness, with his most recent visit surprising the nurses when they realized he was now taller than the hospital scale. 10. Aaron Reed. Aaron Reed is a professional bodybuilder and former WWE wrestler from Tampa, Florida. At 6 feet 7 inches, he is one of the world's tallest bodybuilders and officially the tallest bodybuilder to win a men's physique competition. Aaron, inspired by his idol Arnold Schwarzenegger, has had a successful career as a professional wrestler and competitive bodybuilder. He has also become a published author, writing a book about nutrition and living a healthy lifestyle. However, Aaron did not always have it easy. He was stricken with leukemia as a child, followed by hepatitis during his WWE career. Fortunately, he was able to overcome his ailments and enjoy his life to the fullest. 9. Brahim Takula. Brahim Takula is a Moroccan man who formerly held the Guinness World Record for the largest feet and is officially the second tallest living person, standing at a height of 8 feet 1 inch tall. We can see Brahim step into a car, but before he does, he looks like he's bigger than the car when he stands next to it. Brahim doesn't look as tall because the people walking with him are almost as tall as he is, as a dozen of the world's tallest people meet in Paris, where they are greeted by crowds of people who suddenly feel very, very small. Another part of that Paris trip sees Brahim taking pics in front of the Eiffel Tower, along with a few of his tall friends. 8. Robert Bobrowski. Robert Bobrowski is a former Romanian college basketball player. Standing 7 feet 7 inches tall, he has attracted attention for his unusual height. He moved to the United States in 2016 and attended high school in Geneva, Ohio before enrolling at Rochester University in Rochester Hills, Michigan, where he played until the 2021 to 2022 season. At the age of 8, he was taller than his mother, and by the age of 12, he had surpassed his father in height. As a result, he was taller than Robert Wadlow between the ages of 8 and 13. He has been the subject of medical investigations for nearly his entire life, which has led to the widespread belief that his height is the result of good genetics rather than a hormonal condition or overgrowth syndrome. Bobrowski weighed just 190 pounds when he made his high school basketball debut in January 2017, and with a height of 7 feet 7 inches, he was considered underweight with a body mass index of 16.1. 7. Martin Ford. Martin Ford is a British bodybuilder, actor, and social media influencer. Ford received a lot of attention and notoriety because of his physical stature and height, which was roughly 6 feet 8 inches. Because of his scary look, he is often referred to as the Nightmare. Ford previously played professional cricket. However, he switched to bodybuilding and soon established himself in the fitness sector. Ford became well known for his exceptional physique, especially his gigantic stature and muscularity. He has competed in several bodybuilding competitions and has a large following on social media sites such as Instagram, where he chronicles his fitness journey and inspires his admirers. Martin Ford has dabbled in acting as well as bodybuilding, appearing in several films. He is well known in the fitness and bodybuilding communities for his commitment to training and ability to transform his physique. 6. Satnam Singh. Satnam Singh Bamara is an Indian professional wrestler and former basketball player who is presently signed with the American wrestling banner All Elite Wrestling. He became the first Indian player drafted into the NBA when the Dallas Mavericks chose him with the 52nd overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft. Singh, who stands 7 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 360 pounds, played center. He attended IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, and played high school basketball there. Singh was 5 feet 9 inches tall when he was 9 years old, making him taller than most people in his town. His father introduced him to basketball and installed a hoop in a dirt courtyard near his home. Singh, at 14 years old, was 6 feet 6 inches tall, weighed 230 pounds, and wore size 18 shoes. As he became more exposed to professional basketball, especially the NBA, he grew to idolize Kobe Bryant and styled his game after Yao Ming and Dwight Howard. 5. Olivier Ryu. Olivier Ryu could be the next big thing in basketball. Ryu, a sophomore at Florida's IMG Academy, stands 7 feet 6 inches tall. Guinness acknowledged him as the world's tallest teenager. Ryu became viral after posing for a photo with Chuck Swirsky, the Chicago Bulls radio play-by-play announcer. Ryu towered over Swirsky, who stands 5'9", the average height for an American male. Olivier's boyhood home was modified to accommodate everyone's height, as the Ryu family is extremely tall. Tabletops and ceilings are all above average. The only thing that hasn't changed is the door frames, which have collided with the top of Olivier's head on numerous occasions. As a child, Olivier spent hours poring over his Guinness World Records books, researching the tallest people and comparing himself to each record holder. After failing to discover someone taller than him in the 2015 and 2016 editions of the books, Olivier was encouraged to attain the title himself, recalling feeling emotionally shocked and relieved he finally gotten. 4. Sun Mingming. Sun Mingming is a Chinese former professional basketball player. He is the world's tallest professional basketball player. Guinness World Records measured him at 7 feet 9 inches tall and 370 pounds. He did not start playing basketball until he was 15 years old. He attended and played basketball at Ventura College, a community college in Ventura, California, for one season in 2005 to 2006 before moving on to professional basketball. Sun has played for numerous American minor league clubs, including the USBL Dodge City Legends, the ABA Maryland Nighthawks, and the IBL Grand Rapids Flight. He was also drafted by the Harlem Globetrotters in 2007, making him the tallest player in the team's history. However, he never played for them. Sun found in the summer of 2005 that he had a benign tumor on his pituitary gland. Because he didn't have health insurance or enough money to cover the more than $100,000 in hospital costs, his sports agent, Charles Bonsignor of Passing Lane Sports, organized a fundraiser. The tumor was successfully removed on September 26, 2005. 3. Ri Myung-hun. Ri Myung-hun, also known as Michael Rhee after his favorite basketball star Michael Jordan, is a retired North Korean basketball player. He is thought to be North Korea's tallest person, standing at 7 feet 8 and 1/2 inches and weighing 282 pounds. In preparation for his NBA debut, Ri worked out in Canada, where he was scouted by several clubs. However, he was ineligible to participate in the league due to a U.S. restriction on trade set forth in a piece of legislation known as the Trading with the Enemy Act of 1917. In 2000, the U.S. Department of State granted Ryu permission to compete in the U.S. on the condition that none of his earnings be returned to North Korea. North Korean officials retaliated by refusing to let Ryu go. Kim Jong-il informed NBA scout Tony Ronzone that he would let Ryu escape North Korea and play professional basketball provided the team paid Kim's government in wheat. Ryu was granted an interview with CNN, during which he was quoted stating, "I'm a huge man. I want to put my abilities to the test. I'm not interested in money or politics. As a sports person, I simply want to try." On December 28, 2011, North Korean television broadcast footage from Kim Jong-il's funeral, in which an extraordinarily tall individual was spotted in the crowd. The person was thought to be Ri Myung-hun. 2. Kristoff Vanhout. The title of tallest keeper in the world comes with its own set of responsibilities. It's what Delhi Dynamo's goalkeeper Kristoff Vanhout must deal with. The 27-year-old Belgian stands 6 feet 10 inches tall, which has both advantages and disadvantages. The goalkeeper is reported to be the tallest player in football right now, and when you see him standing next to his captain for handshakes, it's not difficult to believe. Being this tall doesn't mean he is a good keeper. I'm sure it must slow him down a little, and since keepers need to react quickly, his height could slowly become a burden. 1. Brock Brown. A man who is 7 feet 9 inches tall has landed his ideal job at a sports center. Brock Brown of Michigan was previously named the world's tallest teen. He was not expected to live past puberty. The 22-year-old was born with Soto's syndrome, a hereditary condition also known as cerebral gigantism. Mr. Brown, who was 5 feet 2 inches at nursery, has always had custom-made clothing and sleeps in an 8-foot-long bed. His very high BMI has led to diabetes, and his imposing stance makes it difficult for him to walk. Mr. Brown has finally realized his lifelong dream of working at a YMCA sports center. Being tall brought many of these people fame and money, but for most of them, many physical chronic ailments. I'm glad I am 6 feet tall. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. Thank you for watching and see you next time.